You are watching Access LaPorte County, Channel 97. Coming up next is a December 1st, 2023 meeting of the Michigan City Urban Enterprise Association. You can find more information for this meeting by visiting www.accesslaportecounty.org.
Call this meeting to order for December the 1st, 2023. Hubert.
Present.
McCormick.
Present.
Rossi.
Present.
Zimmer.
Present.
Amico. Present. We have quorum. Can you take a few minutes and look over the minutes for October and November, please? Gabby added another receipt that goes along with the packet. Please add it. Let the record show that we have all of the receipts that are out there up until December the 1st, which is today.
I move that we approve the minutes from October the 16th and November the 6th.
There's a motion on the floor. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Let's do it by last name. Hubert.
Aye.
McCormick.
Aye.
Rossi.
Aye.
Zimmer.
Aye.
Amico. Aye. Director's report.
So we have two applications to approve tonight. We have S.E. McMillan, which is a residential project, spraying gutters. And then we have Zaba Inc. They are a business that started in a home within the UZ that just moved into a building. And they are doing, I think it was HVAC work.
Exactly. It's HVAC, yeah.
Yes. So their total project is $21,000. And then our last meeting, we approved Melvin Metcalf, which will be done December 20th. Keon Edwards, which is done and the check is mailed out. Nauser Properties, which is also supposed to be done this month.
Awesome.
What is the pleasure for McMillan?
I would say to approve it.
I move to approve L.C. McMillan.
Is there a second?
Second.
Let's get roll call. Hubert.
Aye.
McCormick.
Aye.
Rossi.
Aye.
Zimmer.
Aye.
Amico. Aye.
And what is the name of the other?
Is Zaba?
Okay, so I didn't read Zaba yet, so can we go over that real quick before we make
Do you
any
know more about
motions?
it than I know?
Yeah, so like what you said, he's a painter, contractor, maybe some other, but primarily painting. He's run his business out of his garage, which is in the UEZ. He just ended up purchasing a building, which is also in the zone, and he's going to be expanding the business. So as far as the business existing within the zone for that 1 or 2 years, 1 year, that's accounted for, and he's doing HVAC work, which
And we got the 3 quotes, right?
The two, yeah.
Or 2 quotes,
Yep.
sorry.
Yep. From All Seasons and Stephanie.
Okay, perfect. All right, thank you for that as well.
And just to make it add a caveat to that, I did go by both of these sites.
Okay.
And I just do that just for my own sake and to have it in my head. And again, I think that's just another reassuring piece on top of the other stuff that we do. So I just want to say that moving forward.
I move that we approve the grant for Zaba LLC.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
I second.
Let's get roll call. Hubert.
Aye.
McCormick.
Aye.
Rossi.
Aye.
Zimmer.
Aye.
Amico. Aye. I have it.
So, since this is interior work, then we rely on the building department to
Yeah.
give their approval, and
For
then
final
it's okay with us?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So I don't submit that check until the final inspection's been completed.
Okay. And they have to get a permit for that work,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. HVAC. They will.
HVAC, okay.
Again, point of order or some more information in regards to that. I have requested from city codes a list, if there is a list that exists, or if there is a list that can be created so that we have a better understanding of what requires their approval and what doesn't require approval when residents or businesses applying for funding, so we can expedite and move things along in a more efficient way by knowing kind of what those rules are about this has to be approved, it's gonna take a week or two, or this doesn't permit it, right, to pull a permit. And it was a good exercise that we went through last week in just getting to the bottom of that. There was miscommunication and misinformation being given from the city in regards to those requirements. I was told that that person no longer works for the city, so that information should no longer be given out incorrect on what needs to have a permit pulled and what doesn't. So with that, I just want to say I think we'll be in better shape on understanding how that's going to function in the future once we get that list.
Do we also need that information from historic, or we just rely on the business or the
So for
resident?
historic, they have to have that paperwork to get their final inspections completed, so that's.
Okay, got it. Okay.
It all
So it's-
works together.
Yeah. So we don't need that information. That's just for them to figure out because they don't get. Okay, got it.
Right, they won't be able to get their permits without it.
Okay.
Right. Financial report, do we need to take another minute to look at that real quick?
Yeah.
Verizon is for what?
It's our phone line.
It's a landline or?
No, it's neither. It's an app that they created for businesses, so like you can put it on any device. So I have an app on my phone that our calls go through, and it was cheaper than buying the phone and keeping up with a monthly cost. It's only,
okay.
$20 some a month.
Very smart.
And then like if I were to go on vacation and somebody else was taking calls for the week, they could download the app and take calls for us for the week.
Oh, all right, great.
Like pseudo transfer it to
Yes.
another board member, so to speak, which is cool. I have to commend her on the things that she went through 9 or 10 months ago again as we go through things like this, because she really did her research. She really, really did. And day and night I was constantly getting, let's not do that, let's do this, let's consider this. And every single thing that she identified has benefited this process. Every single item. So with that being said, I know we have some business that we want to talk about.
Motion to accept the treasurer report is written.
Is there a second on the floor for the approval of finances?
Second.
Hubert,
Aye.
McCormick,
Aye.
Rossi,
Aye.
Zimmer,
Aye.
Amico, aye. Motion carries. So we just went through the new business as far as the applications and the UEZ award creation. We're going to table that again till the first of the year.
May I, we'll table that until the first meeting of 2024.
Correct. Is there,
Do you have to second that? Like motion and...
yep, is there a
Second.
all in favor? Roll call. Hubert.
Aye.
McCormick.
Aye.
Zimmer.
Aye.
Rossi.
Aye.
Amico. Motion carries to award creation, conversation, and more about that in our January meeting. Business and individual, business improvement support, personal finance, and business development. I'm not really sure what that is. I think I kind of know, but
You told me to put it on here.
right. But I think that I took it one step too far with the business improvement support
That
part.
was what we talked about in executive session, that we're not quite there yet. So
Exactly.
table that.
There you go. We're tabling that, and we will come back to that. Is there a motion?
Move the table. Is it both business?
No.
No,
This, okay, business improvement support.
Second.
Hubert,
Aye.
McCormick,
Aye.
Rossi,
Aye.
Zimmer,
Aye.
Amico, aye. We will revisit that in January of 2024. Now, personal finance and business development. This is where I have vacillated back and forth on whether or not it should be one way or the other way, but I've come back to this. When I look at the records in the past on how this process was managed, it clearly was a nightmare. The lack of receipts, the lack of transparency, and all of that we have now fixed is duly noted. in that history, we all heard how things were managed. We actually heard how individuals who were doing the professional part of this may have managed it incorrectly, may not have had the right information to work with in order for them to render the right results this process needs in order for it to sustain itself. It was clear that wasn't happening. I think he said it was 3 years that it was actually done improperly. Was it 6? Was it, how many years was it?
2011.
From that many years. Okay. And when I look at the records, I see how things were compensated for doing things wrong. And it's quite astounding the amount of that was paid out for work that was incorrectly done. I don't know how we'll ever be able to fix that. That I just don't think we will be. We just have to again cut our losses and know that it was just a lot of mismanagement. But with all that being said, we're being managed right now. Everything is exactly how it's supposed to be. The accounting, the attorney's office are very pleased with how Gabby has gathered all of this information up. So with that being said, we got to talk about compensation for her. We have to.
Her salary?
I think it's at the end of the year right now, and we can let the salary part ride.
Okay.
Because it's here at the end of the year, and to say we'll increase her salary, we start in January and we can come back to that conversation. But to compensate her for what she's done and how she's been able to manage this properly to this point, I think is due for a bonus. I think it's just a separate thing that we need to identify that we will award her for her hard work and her consistency and dedication to trying to figure out all of the things that were wrong and then correct them. And I know her and I have stayed up a lot of nights going through things to try to make sure that these things are transparent, easy to read, easy to understand, and you have it all in front of you now. And I delivered to City Hall on last Monday a notebook that was what we requested from our former contractor on every single receipt and payment that was made. Gabby worked with the accountants department. They put that all together and it was hand delivered to City Hall. They have it and it was shared with me that that had never been done before. Every single receipt, every single item is accounted for in that notebook since we've been at this table working together, and we should be proud of that. So with that being said, I really think we need to talk about compensation for her.
Is there an amount that you're proposing, or is it?
I would leave that up to this body. We know that in the past, the person that was in her position doing what she was doing, they gave her $6,000.
I think that we need to talk about this in the executive session and then come right out of that to a vote.
I think you may be right, and if we want to do that and call an executive session for the first week in December, I will do that.
Of December?
A second week of December, like coming up, like next week.
week.
We need to do this. We need to do this before the end of the year. So if you guys can pull out your calendar and we can get an executive meeting.
So it will be, let's just do the special meeting right afterwards.
Absolutely.
So we can have a vote on that. And I think it might be another issue that we might have to vote on as well.
That's okay.
So, but that's okay. Let's get this done.
Any dates in a week and a half, maybe?
I'm open and flexible.
I'm open and flexible too, because I could actually
wanna
come
go
back
together.
any day next week.
Okay.
How much notice do we need for an executive session?
48.
2 days.
Business or?
It's supposed,
I think Rodney's right. I think it's 48 hours.
according to City Hall, it's 48 hours, but I don't want to run into another thing.
That's right.
So let's say
Let me double check
Wednesday
my
or
bylaws
after
real
next
quick.
week.
Remember, they don't
I wanna make sure
understand all
that's
the
not-
rules.
We have 5 days for a special meeting. It's supposed to be the notice.
The earliest I could meet would be the 12th.
12th.
I mean, that's up to everybody, obviously. I'm just letting you
I
know.
will make that work for me.
That's a week from
It's a
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Let's all make it work for each other. Let's be positive.
This in the same day, executive session followed by.
That's what he's
Special
saying.
session, yeah.
That's exactly the same.
Time for notice.
So 12? 12 sounds good to me.
We want to do 4:30 or 6?
4:30?
Can we do 4:30? I mean,
The-
6.
Let's make sure it works for everybody.
Well, sure, yeah.
Larry?
The 12th now, you saying?
The 12th at 4:30.
4:30, but I have BZA at 6, so
Oh,
it should be done by then.
That's
30
Oh, yeah.
minutes.
So 4:30 works out better than the
Okay.
6 p.m.
Yeah.
4:30?
Yeah.
The 12, 4:30. Sounds good. Thank you, Rodney, for that.
Yes.
In this room?
we will have to.
Let you know.
Okay.
So I guess the financial side of this, personal finance, business development, be tabled until our special meeting.
Is there a second on that?
Second.
All in favor, Hubert.
Aye.
McCormick.
Aye.
Rossi.
Aye.
Zimmer.
Aye.
Amico. Aye. Ayes have it.
Remind me, we have to take it off the table at the next board meeting to have a vote on it too.
Got it.
Well, thank you.
Make note, please. Old business, is there anything that we need to talk about that's unfinished? I can't think of anything. Any public comments? No, there's no one here.
Can we make a comment?
Yes.
It's been a pleasure to serve on this board with everyone here. We came through bad times. The good times have outweighed the bad. Whenever we can help someone that lives in an urban enterprise zone, it's a blessing.
Amen.
It's been awesome to serve with this board, and I hope that we can continue this going forward. I just think it's a travesty what leadership is doing in City Hall and incoming. I don't like it. I think that the people in the urban enterprise zone deserve this. They need this. This is a plus. There's no negativity in it whatsoever. Being transparent should be the key here. And if we're doing things the right way, one person should not be a thorn in the side of thousands of people that we can help. And I just want to thank all of you guys for coming to the meetings and being a part of this change. We have to fight to keep this for the people. Because none of us here are, it's just like being a public servant is just being a public servant. And being a public servant isn't for everyone. So with that being said, I just want to thank each and every one of you. But we got to show up at City Hall. People that we voted into office, or if you didn't vote for them, we need to make sure we put pressure on them to let them know that how bad the people need this. This is something that cannot just go away because of a couple of individuals setting their own ways. Thank you.
Thank you, Ron.
All right. Any other comments? Meeting adjourned. I will see you guys all on the 12th. I told you quick, fast, and in a hurry.